Hi, this is Kit with Scrapbook Warehouse, and today I'm going to show you an older stamp that we just had so much fun playing with that we made several different variations of this card. Stay tuned to the end and we'll tell you exactly how we made the other versions. The stamp we use today is a Mama Elephant stamp called Botanic Hello, and you can find it on our website. First off, I'm going to use Distress Oxide in Fossilized Amber using a Stamper's Anonymous background stamp. I stamp it once off screen in order to get a more distressed look and a fainter color when I stamp my final version on the card. I didn't use enough pressure when I was stamping, but because my flower cluster will cover over the blank spot, I'm not worried about it. Now I'm going to use my stamping platform, and today I'm going to use the VersaFine ink so that I can use clear embossing powder on my stamp. I'm doing a heat embossing because I'm using watercolor paper today, and those heat embossing lines will keep all the moisture and color inside the lines. Now that my design is embossed, I'm going to use painter's tape, but you could use washi tape or any other kind of repositionable tape in order to keep my card flat while I color. For my setup when I watercolor, I like to have a white palette so my colors are true to my eye, as well as a little dish of water, a folded piece of paper towel, and a smaller piece of paper towel to quickly soak up any extra liquid. Now I'm ready to start coloring my flowers. I always do a light wash of color first and let it dry. That way I can get a good idea of how thick and deep the pigment is, and I can go back and add more darker color for shadow later. If I make any mistakes, as you'll see me do throughout the video, it happens to everybody, I just put a little bit of water down and I use the corner of a paper towel to soak up some of the color. So now that most of my coloring is done, I started to fussy cut, and as I was doing that I noticed that my color had run over the line at one point. So I picked up a Uniball Signo pen in white, and I made sure my project was completely dry in order to do this, and I just colored over the parts where the color had bled outside the embossed lines. It does happen, but this is an easy way to fix it. I go ahead and heat set it, and then I'm going to use Distress Oxide in Black Soot and color in the Hello. For a touch of interest, I spritz a little bit of water onto my black soot and using a paintbrush flick some spatters all over my card backdrop. Now I'm ready to use 3D foam strips to pop up my flower and hello greeting. I quickly stamp on a sweet little sentiment in the corner. If you don't have one that fits, you can leave out this step. And I'm ready to glue on my hello. For a last step, once the hello is glued on, I use glossy accents to highlight the letters. To make sure that my glossy accents don't get clogged up, I squeeze and wipe off the tip and then tap the bottom of the bottle on my table. Here's another version that I stamped with white embossing powder, and I colored it in with Hero Hues pigment ink in Unicorn. In another version I did on craft paper, this one was using the Distress Oxide in Seedless Preserves, and I used a lot of water to give different shades of purple on the card, some sequins completed. For this next card I used an embossing folder by Richard Gary in knitted pattern. Just a bit of black splatter and it pops beautifully. Let us know what you think by commenting and liking our video. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and happy crafting!